Hey, it's getting there to softball season. You open up this weekend in Vegas. So kind of tell us just what you guys have been doing to kind of prepare for that first pitch.
You know, it first started with some mental training and just all getting on the right page, making sure we were working for the same thing, that we were staying accountable for each other as well as our teammates. That was our biggest adjustment that we needed to do this year, and we think we're on the right page right now. We're working hard. Obviously, the on-field stuff. We were blessed this fall to be outside pretty much all of fall, and we're going to be outside this week before we head to Vegas, which is probably a first in a long time that we've been on the dirt before we play on dirt. We're just excited to get out there and show that last year was a fluke, and we're ready to move on.
You know, in softball, pitching in the circle, it's so important. And with this Humboldt State program, you guys have had some very good pitchers, some All-Americans. Last year, it was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like this season, will be different? Is it relying on pitchers that were here last year? Is it pitchers that you've brought in?
I'd like to think it would be different. The mentality from our two returning pitchers is more positive. They were humbled last year, and they have both come to me and said, "Coach, that's not going to happen again this year." You can tell that the work that they put in outside of practice time, that mixed with some two freshman pitchers, is really going to help with the pitching staff. We're not going to be relying on 1 to 2 pitchers. We're going to be relying on 3 to 4, which is fine. We just have to see how they're going to work together. They all offer different attributes, and so we're going to be able to utilize those at different times. And I'm just looking forward to the growth that we've seen from our returners and the excitement that we're seeing from our freshmen.
Do you feel like by using, all the pitchers that it's still kind of like a competition to kind of see who's going to be that top pitcher?
We've had open conversations with our pitchers throughout the fall, and obviously everybody wants to be the number 1, number 2, but you don't see that negative side of the competition between these 4. They pitch as a staff, and they understand that one offers something different than the other, and they're going to be utilized in this aspect. But I would hope that they keep work hard to be the number 1. That's great having competition, and I'd like to see all 4 be a number 1. We'll see how that goes as the season progresses.
Who will get to start the first? Is more of kind of like experience.
Right now, we're looking at either Lexi Shearing or Jasmine Hill. We haven't quite made the decision yet, but it'll be between those two, with the 2 freshmen, Megan Holt and Chloe Teese, doing some relieving activities to start with.
All right, enough about pitching. Offense. What can we expect with the bats this year?
We're going to have a mixture of power and speed. It's nice having pretty much a whole returning lineup. We do have a freshman at shortstop who's holding her own in a strong lineup. We got Hannah Holland, we got Michaela Harris, we got Riley Carlier and Isla Haley. The bulk of the lineup is coming back, with the 3 of them being seniors. And then we've got people who are going to create havoc on the bases. So even if the power, the hitting isn't there, we get on base, we're gonna create and make things happen. It's a nice mixture. It's not the power we're used to, which is fine. We've started to develop more into a running game, which it works just fine for us, and it's worked. It started to work in the past, and we're just looking forward to just making up for last year and going out there and playing to their ability.
Preseason coaches poll picked 8th. They're going off of last year's numbers. They're going off of what happened last year. But will you use that and for the players as motivation this year?
I'm sure. I was talking earlier. We've always had a target on our backs for years. We've had targets on our backs, and we've done well with that. And now it's our turn to go out there and kind of play that underdog role and show them that we're still a force to be reckoned with. We might have had a rough year, but we're still Humboldt softball. And these girls have really worked hard during the fall and the first part of spring to play at their best, to play where Humboldt State softball belongs. And now we're just looking forward to going up there beating on other teams instead of ourselves.
Do you think in a way it kind of takes maybe a little pressure? I mean, last year, the years of going to nationals and that sort of thing, to take a little pressure off, at least from the beginning anyway?
I'm sure it does. We've never, even when we were one in the polls, two in the polls, or one in the nation, we really never ever talked about polls. We never talked about where we stood. It was always about just going out there and doing our job every day, and things will happen for us if we do things right. And we probably won't even talk about being 8th in the poll this year, because it's how we finish, not how we start. And we just got to keep pushing, working hard every day, and going out there and working to our best of our capabilities. Because if we're doing what we're capable of, we're going to be unstoppable.
Last question for me. In Vegas, you're going to be playing quite a few games, and the importance of, say, some teams might open up and play 2 games or 3 games,
Mm-hmm.
but a big series of games. And it's one thing you guys playing a scrimmage game, but playing other teams, I mean, it's going to give you a good chance to kind of see, this first weekend, just what you guys are about, right?
Yeah, 9 of the 11 teams, I believe, are from the CC2A are in this tournament. So not only are we going to get to learn a lot about ourselves in playing, we'll get to learn a lot about the other teams in the CC2A that we're going to be up against this season. We use Vegas to kind of get to know each other still. I say that obviously we've been together since August, but we, when full competition's going, who's gonna show up, who's gonna compete, who's gonna execute, and we're gonna play with a couple different lineups to see how things go, and hopefully soon we'll get that comfortable lineup and we'll keep rolling. But it's just nice to be able to get out there and not play ourselves. We've been playing ourselves inside the field house for 2 to 3 months, and these girls are just excited to, definitely our pitchers are excited to stop seeing our hitters, and we're just looking forward to 2019 and starting brand new.
Last question, who do you have for your coaching staff this year?
So Brianna Bajarin's back for her 2nd year. Maddie Williams has returned as our pitching coach, and Kelly Sonneman has returned as our catching outfield coach.
Okay. Who do you got for starting catching this year?
Michaela Harris is by the plate still.
Okay, she's what year this year?
So she's going to be a sophomore. I got Riley at 3rd as a senior. I got Maddie Allen at shortstop. She's going to be my freshman.
Right.
Joanna Mullins out right now due to medical reasons. Danica Greer's at shortstop, or second base, excuse me. We've moved Haley Suter, who was our backup second baseman. She is now our starting first baseman. She will share time when Lexi Shearing's not pitching. She'll play first. And then to round out the outfield is Isla Haley, Hannah Holland, and Lauren Light.
Okay. Well, last question again. Starting a freshman at shortstop.
Yes.
We know how quick the ball gets, in softball, and how important that position is. The gal you have, starting shortstop, obviously you got to have a lot of faith in her to start.
We do. She played a lot in the fall. She got a lot of good experience in early spring. We've assigned one coach to her, just to make sure she's taken care of. The good thing is we have Riley, who's at 3rd, who's a senior, and Danica's returning at shortstop, so she's got support around her. I look for a lot of good things from Maddie, and it's only going to help that we have some experience around her.
All right, and now this is